We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll run on first down. Whitfield. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And some room to run now. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. On first down, Street. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's got room. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Nixon now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
In today's NFL, when you talk about goals for defenses, and you think that maybe you'd like to hold them under 14 points or so, we think our offense can usually get 17 to 20, so that's a reasonable goal. But when you hold a team under 100 yards of total offense, you're going to win 99 times out of 100. And the one game you lose, you'll know who to blame.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll run with Etienne. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Here's a give to Etienne. And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. 7-7, our score after 1. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field. He wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up.
This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On 1st down, Whitfield. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Now it's Wilson. Touchdown! That's caught. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos have taken the lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number one in their conference.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A give. This is Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the gun, Street. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to throw. Street. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Street. Touchdown, Browns. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Browns drive about to get started.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And again, it's Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. Catch is made by Metcalf. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Nixon now from his end zone.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On first down, Wilson. And this one's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. It's our field. It's our field. 58.
They go play action with Wilson.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This is the tight end fan. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
But how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Back to throw. Street. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Touchdown! DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Blankenship out for the point after. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Nixon now from his end zone.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
The drive starts with a completion left side. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, he's going to go up top again. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Broncos. Albert Okwuegbuna, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 99 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And they will take a knee here. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I think they, because he certainly